Back in the day, when we all huddled around the monochrome display of the original Game Boy and did battle with one another on the playground, the weapon of choice was a little Russian game called Tetris. Over the years, Tetris has had a number of updates, with the latest being Tetris Party on the Nintendo Wii. Available through Wiiware, Tetris Party gives this aging game a real shot in the arm. For the uninitiated, Tetris is a puzzle-based game where the player must slot together variously shaped falling blocks. Once a line has been created, points are rewarded and the line disappears. Should you fail to create enough lines, the blocks quickly stack up, resulting in game over when they touch the top of the screen. Add to this the ever increasing speed of fallen blocks, and this one can be tricky. Sounds boring, doesn't it? Well, it really isn't. Tetris in itself is probably one of the greatest puzzle games ever devised, but does Tetris Party stack up? This is what Tetris is all about. The great original Tetris gameplay remains pretty much intact and is still as compelling today as it was 20 years ago. The only slight alteration to game dynamics is the addition of instant drop by pushing up on the D-pad. This, however, is a good thing on the whole. It increases the pace of the game. What really makes Tetris Party stand out is the sheer volume of new game modes and options. As I said, the classic Tetris gameplay is still there. However, you can also play Stage Racer, where you race your blocks down a predefined course, Shadow, where you must place your blocks within a specific shape, Field Climber, which is my favourite, where you must create a route for your, excuse the phrase, little man to reach the top of your screen, Computer Battle, where your completed lines are transported onto the computer's screen and vice versa, and Marathon, which is in line with classic Tetris. On top of this, you also have multiplayer Tetris for up to 4 people, where you can play all of the above modes against one another, as well as a few other specific multiplayer modes, all great fun. As if this isn't enough, there is a comprehensive online mode as well. This is very impressive, not least because this is a Wiiware title. This game actually has better multiplayer than most retail games on the Nintendo Wii. Compete in tournaments or one-off battles, get ranked, and use several predefined chat phrases to communicate. Voice chat would have been great, it's a pity it's not there. For gameplay, I give Tetris Party 9 out of 10. Tetris on its own can devour hours of your time in one sitting easily, but the volume of game modes here means you'll rarely get tired of this one if you are into puzzlers. Even if you do tire of it, expect to get 30 to 40 hours of gameplay, which can easily be extended into hundreds of hours. For longevity, I give this 9 out of 10. The presentation of the game is pretty basic but fun, keeping in line with the tone of the game. Menus are bright, colourful, easily navigated, and with the volume of options in this game, that's a good thing. Incorporating user Mii's in game is also a nice touch. Presentation gets a 6 out of 10. Not much to write home about here. Blocks are brightly coloured and there are a variety of backgrounds that can be chosen before a game begins. Some of the backgrounds are pretty funky but also pretty basic. Some more variety would have been nice. Graphically it isn't bad, but it isn't great either. The point here, however, is that Tetris doesn't have to look amazing. Since it does what's needed, I give Tetris Party's graphics 6 out of 10. There never has been much sound to a Tetris game, and Tetris Party's no exception, with a few bleeps and bloops to let you know that you've scored some points or landed a block, but that's all that is required. Tetris has always been helped by addictive music, and unfortunately the musical selection here is pretty lacking. Most of it sounds like it should be piped through a speaker system in a casino with a sleazy vibe. I miss the 8-bit music that is normally synonymous with Tetris. At least the classic Koro Bienike, probably didn't pronounce that correctly, is there, and that really made me feel like I was with my Game Boy frantically stacking up blocks. Sound and Music gets a 5 out of 10. Overall, I score Tetris Party 35 out of 50 with a gameplay score of 9 out of 10. The gameplay here more than makes up for the lack of visual or musical excellence. Due to the gameplay, longevity and value for money from this Wiiware title, I'm giving this Mike's must buy award. Go get it. Thanks for listening.